I will call this meeting of the City of Urbana Human Relations Commission, Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Peter Resnick.
Here.
Greg Schroeder.
Here.
Shalini Smith.
Here.
Ann Panthen.
Here. Do we have any additions to the agenda? Anyone? No? All right. Hopefully everyone has had a moment to read the previous meeting minutes. So do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carried. Public input. Seeing none, we'll just move on to unfinished business. The first thing under unfinished business is 1222G complaints reporting to City Council.
Okay, as you know, that Siobhan last month had decided that she said she would do it, would be able to do it, and then she moved. And so Shalini was very gracious to step up, and we already have a PowerPoint started, and we will be meeting on the 5th to run through it and make sure but between now and then, we will be working on it to make sure it's good, and then we'll be practicing it before we go before the board, and we will be going before the board or the council December 11th.
That is great. Thank you both for working on that and getting it done so quickly. The second item under unfinished business is HRC vacancies and recruitment. And I think the picture taking was maybe
That was a part of it. We have the finishing touches of the brochure, and we've also developed a poster. And once we get those finalized, I'll bring those to the committee to see. But once what will happen is she will put that picture into the space that has your names already there and everything. And then we will start distributing those. Letters are ready to go out. I will send those out probably first thing Monday morning so that we can reach out to all of the neighborhood associations and their contacts and asking them if we could attend their meetings and take some of that materials with us and then talk about the office.
That's great. I think I think that'll help a lot to get, you know, it feels like you can easily, you know, maybe go and talk to people at a meeting, but having something to leave behind, so as they think about it, they have some material to look at is a big deal, I think, so.
Additionally, I met with the Martin Luther King Advocacy for Justice Committee, which I am a member of, and there are several ministers on that committee, and I asked them if I could come to their churches, and I have an open invitation to come and just 5-10 minutes, well, not 10, but maybe 3 to 5 minutes to talk with the congregation, because although many of the churches are in Champaign, they do have Urbana residents that attend.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's great. And I know we've mentioned it before, but anything that you think that we can do, any meetings, or I'm happy to attend. I know you're happy that I'm happy to attend, but just let us know. I know Shalini likes to go to the park and.
Once I get dates and times, I will share those with the entire committee, and if you have the time to be able to join me, I would more than welcome it.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you. Moving on, we have new business, and the EEO workforce statistics is the thing we'll be talking about next. So, we have, what do we have, six today. And as before, we can either, I think we can either discuss them now, or we can make a motion to approve them and then have the discussion following that. And we can do it in the omnibus style. We don't have to do it individually. So why don't we do it that way? Why don't we make a motion to approve it, and then we can launch into a discussion of the ones that we have questions about. Someone?
Make a motion for Cannon Cochran Management Services, 2 years. Kaskaskia Engineering Group LLC, 1 year. Midwest Asphalt Company, 2 years. Total Home and Farm Video Solutions Incorporated, 2 years. Co Equipment Incorporated, 1 year. RH Wine LLC, 2 years.
I'll second.
Okay. So who would like to start a discussion? Or maybe, well, yeah. Yes,
Just a note, Co Equipment Incorporated seemed like the separation numbers didn't add up. As far as 1 female official, 1 female office and clerical, 2 minority male operatives, but it said 2 total, even though that seems like 4 people separating.
yes.
If you look at the application for Co, I'll read it. They, at the bottom of their numbers, I'm sorry? Table A. At the bottom, they say, although not, we are majority women-owned and our president is a woman, the 2 reported minority employees, they have separated, they died during their employment, so they weren't really
They weren't
let go.
Right,
Separate.
right. They-
I see. Got it.
Yeah. I also wondered about the, if you're not state certified, but you're women-owned or minority-owned, does, is it like a burden to state certify, or do you know?
I don't know how extensive the process is, but I know that there are a lot of businesses that are either minority-owned, veteran-owned, or women-owned that aren't state certified, but they would qualify.
Okay. So this is really, by putting it in this little kind of box, that's really the only way they can let us know that, because they don't have a letter, they don't have, okay, yeah. Okay. Any other questions or comments? This was,
Just one comment that the summaries that you did at the end are fabulous. Thank you.
fabulous.
Over and above.
Yes.
Fancy and, may I say pretty?
Yes, and very well, nicely colored too,
Fancy
yes.
and pretty, but you gotta say it to Tom. Words and music here.
A pretty good team in that office.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I assume the only reason you didn't do a summary for total was because of the low number, correct? That's fine.
And I don't know, I know that at our last meeting, we had talked about trying to combine a lot of the documents that we were giving you guys. And so this is our first attempt to see how we're doing, but I'm guessing this is a good format.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing before I got to it, and was really, it was really helpful and pretty.
Well, you are welcome.
Yeah, it's really nice. So thank you for, I know it was probably not easy to set this thing up. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, it's nice.
Your newish employee.
Okay, are there other questions, concerns, comments about what we're looking at here? right, well, I think that we then need to vote on this. All in favor of accepting the EEO workforce statistics? And is there another way to word that that would be more helpful to you?
Simply as read in the motion,
Okay.
just finishing your phrasing as agreeing that with Greg's motion, seconded by Pete.
Yes.
We can go
Okay.
ahead with the vote.
Okay, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Report of officers, Carla?
Okay, for this month, there are no active formal complaints. The public accommodation complaint that was settled amicably by both parties and was formally withdrawn. For contacts and informal complaints, I had a caller reported that when she called for a service, and it was within Urbana, it was a service within Urbana, the person on the phone spoke rudely. And so I referred the caller to the person, to speak with that person's supervisor, because that was not under my jurisdiction. And then I had another caller seeking financial help, and I referred them to the Cunningham Township. As I stated earlier, Shalini and I will be presenting at the December 11 council meeting, presenting the 1222G investigation summaries. I attended the 2-day virtual conference for the Governance Alliance for Racial Equity, affectionately called GARE. They provided a lot of ideas and resources, and I believe anyone with a City of Urbana email address can create an account, and it has lots of dialogues, lots of tools, lots of resources. So if you guys would like to, I could send you that information, and I believe you just, because we are members as an institution, and so you would be able to sign up for that, I believe.
Okay.
And it's just a really great way to get a lot of government, racial equity discussion and tools from there. The letters for the Neighborhood Association contacts for the Community Education Outreach Campaign, which I mentioned earlier, they're ready to go. I'm going to put them in the mail. And I completed required courses and seminars to take the exam for the ADA Coordinator certification. And Tom didn't know this, but at 4:45 p.m. today, I successfully passed the exam.
Oh,
So I came out the office, I said, I passed. And he's like, I could change it. Nope, leave it alone. And then just continued engagement work is working with the MLK Advocacy for Justice Committee. And we are currently planning the upcoming MLK celebration in January for Martin Luther King's birthday and scholarship recipients. And they will have a Sunday evening service, and then on Monday morning, there will be a breakfast just to reintroduce the scholarship recipients, their parents, and just celebrating those young students that are receiving those scholarships and moving forward to the next level of college. And I attended the New American Welcome Center November Blitz, and for a time for all the volunteers to get together and work on their welcoming plan. I believe it was in 2021 that they presented the welcoming plan to the community. They had been working on it for, I believe, a year, maybe a little bit longer. And then in 21, they presented it, and then we've been working towards implementing that plan up until now. And there are 5 communities of practice that are derived from that plan, and I work on the community and civic engagement component. And so I've been working towards trying to bring civic engagement to the immigrant community. And any questions?
no?
On the public accommodation case, that got settled before any probable cause finding?
Yes.
Okay, so we won't be hearing about anything there. Good.
Do you think that the Welcome Center would be a place to leave some recruiting brochures.
That is my hope. One of the main reasons that I wanted to work with the New American Welcome Center is to provide an avenue for the immigrant community to have a voice. I'm hoping to be able to recruit from there. I'm hoping for them to engage in our meetings, those kinds of opportunities.
Okay, that's great.
Were
Any-
you, oh, sorry.
Nope.
Were you able to, or invited to, the Celebrate Diversity event for the university, was that last Friday?
It was Veterans Day. I think they had it on Veterans Day. I did have an invitation, I did have a reservation, and then I had to decline it. I had to cancel it.
It was, I don't know, it was very special.
I've been trying to get there. One of the members of the MLK
Mm-hmm.
works in the diversity office, and she invites me every year, and I'm like, I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna get there.
I've asked if there is a recording, they haven't answered. But yeah, some of the speeches were great.
Okay, I will definitely ask to see if I can access those.
All right, thank you. Announcements. So, we've moved some things around, I see. Our next scheduled meeting, Thursday, December 7th, 2023 at 5:30 PM, which is a different week and a different day than usual. We got to that with a doodle poll. Our January meeting is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024 at 5:30 PM, which is a different week. Tuesday, February 13th, 2024 at 6 PM, which is a different week in time. And then, of course, we've got a few openings, so we'd really like to find some folks who would be interested in serving with us. So keep your eye open for people who are looking to do some civil service stuff. Okay? Anything else from you all? No? All right. Well, I suppose then we'll be adjourned. All right, thank you.